Hey, it's Matt. It's been a while since I've done a fun video. I've been busy doing all kinds of stuff around the house and doing all kinds of other work. So it's a nice sunny day out here, a little bit chilly, but not bad. And it's supposed to pour rain tomorrow, so I figured I might as well get out here and shoot this video while I can. Got something new to play with out here on the range today. This is Vera. She's my rifle. I've had this thing around here forever. I brought it out here just so you can see it compared to the other one. This is the new gun here that I'm going to play around with a little bit, and I'll talk about it here in a minute. So let me throw on some ears and let's get this thing rolling first. Who am I kidding? I don't need ears. You might notice it wasn't very loud. It's because it's actually a BB gun. And the selector has all three positions. So currently it's in semi-auto. I guess I can fold the sights up, see if I can actually use them. But, I mean, while that's fun and everything, flip it forward one more notch and gets a whole lot more fun. It is powered by two CO2 canisters. If I can open this up, the magazine holds two CO2 canisters and the BBs. When you shoot it, the bolt actually cycles just like it would on a real AR, and when it runs dry, the bolt locks open on empty. The only downside I have found to this thing thus far is the fact that it only comes with one magazine, so you can't just do mag swaps when you run empty. Reloading the magazines is not that big of a deal, but as far as the gun itself goes, getting beyond the ridiculously stupid amounts of fun that this thing has been so far, it is, compare it to the AR that's sitting right here. Let me drop the stock down to the same length. Other than having a shorter barrel, because they advertise it as an SBR, it does have a shorter barrel than my rifle does. It is 100% standard size. The pistol grip, while it has an A2 style pistol grip on it, it is compatible and you can use any AR grip on here that you like. The selector functions just like a regular selector on an AR does. There's safe, there's semi, there's full. The bolt can be locked open. There's the bolt catch. Drops forward just like it would on a regular AR. Everything about this thing functions exactly like a real AR, except it uses CO2 canisters and BBs. It is a ton of fun. So I will be playing with it a little bit more here, and I'll talk about it a little bit more. I'm going to end up doing a review on this thing actually, just because it is stupid levels of fun at very affordable price. So it's way cheaper, obviously. It's way cheaper to fire than a real firearm. And it may seem stupid, but you could actually use it as a manipulations tool because all the controls are exactly like they are on an AR. Magazine release is exactly the same location. Mags insert just like a regular one. Rack the slide to chamber around. Although it's empty, you'll notice that the bolt actually stayed back on that. So if I were to drop the magazine out and hit the bolt release, you can see the bolt goes forward. So, I mean, this thing functions just like a real AR. Hard to beat the level of fun for the price. So I'm going to play around with this thing a little bit more, and then I'm going to sit down and talk about it some more. All right, so that this piece here that you're seeing on the desk, that's actually the little speed loader that they give you, and it's a reloading tool for reloading the magazines. I'm going to try and set this GoPro mount here down so you can actually see what I'm doing. There it is. All right, so got the camera set up. Here's the magazine right here. There's a little follower, just like you see on a lot of regular BB guns. Pushes the BBs up the magazine as it goes. What you do, slightly pull that follower back. This drops in, and then you just push this down. It forces the BBs in. I'm topped off. So despite the fact that they didn't actually give you 2 magazines, it's not ridiculously hard to reload these magazines. Well, didn't run empty that time. There it goes, finally locked open. I shouldn't say it didn't run empty, it didn't lock open. And actually it did not lock open. There's my first malfunction. I guess we'll find out later if there was anything. Magazine's empty. So, let's see if I can do this again here. There it is. Pull the little follower back, drop the magazine in there, bring it back. Actually, I didn't get that in there in the right spot. There it goes. There's the problem. I've already emptied that. So I've only got about maybe 10 BBs in this one. Holds 25. Let's see if everything's working here. I'm going to put it back on semi-auto. There we go. Emptied, and it locked open. All right, here I am back inside now. You saw what it looked like out on the range. It is, I've said it a couple of times, it's stupid fun to shoot. Surprisingly, there's no muzzle rise. Obviously, there's no muzzle rise. It's a BB gun. In full auto, it does bounce around just a little bit, but that's because the bolt's cycling. It's not remotely hard to control. So let's take a quick look at it right here. Here it is. Flip it around so you can see the side with the markings. You'll notice right here on the mag well, it says DPMS. Oh, hang on. Let me fold the dust cover closed. Drop the bolt so the dust cover will fold closed. You'll notice it says DPMS, and then it says SBR. That's what it is marketed as. It is a licensed product made by Crosman. Anybody who's been around BB guns or remotely knows anything about BB guns has heard the name Crosman. They've been around forever. This is a very well-made little full auto BB gun. Take a look at what you get. Here's the rifle as it comes. It comes with fold-down backup iron sights. They're the only sight that it comes with. They're obviously a knockoff of a regular AR-15 sight. They're plastic. They're crap. I mean, they're usable. You saw me when I was shooting it. I can actually hit the target, but they're pretty worthless. If you were to drop the gun on them, they would just snap right off. Actually, for that matter, when I was moving the rear sight so I could mount my GoPro mount on it, I just moved the rear sight forward a couple notches. Just tightening the screw in it, it felt like it was going to break. So they are not high-quality sights. Beyond the sights, everything else about this gun is actually very well made. The rear stock, here's the adjustment lever right there. It's collapsible just like an AR. You can bring it all the way back to a full length. You can collapse it all the way down. Like I mentioned earlier, the pistol grip is compatible with an actual AR-15 pistol grip. So if you've got a grip you want to throw on here, it'll fit. Receiver seems to be exactly full size for that matter. You know what? I got a regular AR mag here. This is a legit AR-15 magazine, military spec mag. And it will go in, but the mag well, obviously, actually, hang on. Let me see if I can get the bolt to stay all the way open. Now, the bolt doesn't go back far enough, and there's parts on the bolt that actually interfere with where a real magazine would go, but it actually does fit in the mag well. It just doesn't go up far enough. It looks like it probably goes maybe a ½ inch shy of all the way in for the mag catch to catch it. Mag release works exactly like it does on an AR. Bolt catch is right here, so if I want to lock the bolt open, it functions just like it does on a regular AR. Now you can see that the bolt is actually locked open. If I hit the bolt catch, bolt goes home. The Charging handle works just like it does on a regular AR. For that matter, it even breaks open like a regular AR does. Pull the pin open, opens up just like a regular AR. You can look inside. Nothing about this in here is remotely like a regular AR. The bolt does come out like a regular AR bolt does. The charging handle, significantly shorter in length, but still very similar design. It's got the hollow part there that catches the bolt. The latch is the same. The bolt is obviously, it's made to cosmetically look like an AR bolt. It even has the forward assist notches, but this is not a regular AR bolt remotely. So it goes back together just like an AR does. You got to put the charging handle and bolt in at the same time. If I can pull this off here one-handed while the camera's rolling. There we go. So it snaps in just like a regular AR does. There's a buffer in here just like on a regular AR. A lot of stuff about this gun is very much like a regular AR. The one, besides the, let me get this thing back together here. Besides the really poor quality sights that function, but they're just not, you know, if you've got regular backup irons laying around, I'd throw them on here instead of these. Honestly, I'm probably going to put sorry, I'd leave this thing down so you can see my face. Honestly, I'm probably going to put a red dot on this thing just to play around with it. I've got a couple cheaper red dots laying around. For that matter, if you don't have one, a Bushnell TR25 is, I think the last time I saw them, they were like 50, 60 bucks. That would work perfectly on this thing. Just remember to turn them off because they'll suck a battery dry really quick if you leave them on. The only negative to this gun from a shooter standpoint, trigger's horrible. It's safety works just like it should. So it's really spongy, a lot of creep, and then it's not going to make the right sound, but it just cycled. So then reset, there's like 2 clicks in the reset. It goes a lot longer reset than a regular AR trigger. And again, it's a really heavy, really crappy trigger. But it's a BB gun. I'm not taking precision shots with this. This isn't something my life is not dependent on this gun. So I can deal with a crappy trigger for the amount of fun that this gun has. Dollar for dollar, I don't know that I have another, as far as shooting cost, dollar for dollar, I don't know that I have another gun that's nearly as fun to play with, as cheap to shoot as this is. So that's the gun. Let's talk about a couple things you're going to need to run it if you end up buying one. CO2 canisters. You're going to need at least 2 of them for your first magazine. It comes empty and pop it back open. So here's the magazine. This is the cover that goes on there. It covers the 2 CO2 canisters. There's a little Allen set screw. They give you a little short Allen wrench here. You drop in the CO2 cartridge, you crank it down, it punctures the CO2 cartridge, and it charges the magazine. You load it up with BBs, and you're good to go. So you're going to need BBs and CO2 canisters. And that's it. It's for the price, it is not unreasonably priced. I think it's 149 bucks is the current price on Amazon. I bought it from Amazon. I didn't realize it at the time that I was buying it, but it was actually on Black Friday, and it was like 40 bucks off. But at 149, it's still a ridiculous amount of fun for your money. I cannot recommend this thing enough if you like to play with firearms and if you like ARs. It's just cheap, fun to shoot, entertainment. And like I said, all the controls are exactly like your AR. So if you shoot an AR a lot, this thing will feel right at home. So anyway, that's my take on this. It is, again, a lot of fun to shoot. And I forgot to mention, I did not address weight. The weight on this thing is almost identical to probably one of my lighter ARs. The gun I took out to the range earlier when I was shooting, I refer to as Vera. There's an article I wrote about that a long time ago about why I call it Vera. But it is an LWRC M6A1S model that they don't make any longer. It's gone through several iterations of modifications. It's got a very long forend on it right now, free-floating forend. But That gun's a little bit heavier. It's got a thicker barrel, and it's a gas piston gun. It's not a direct impingement gun. Direct impingement guns, this thing's probably right there at the same exact weight as one of my lighter direct impingement guns. So, I mean, weight, size, everything, all the manipulations that you're used to doing on an AR are all going to feel right at home with this thing. It's a lot of fun. I think if you buy this thing, you will not regret it. It is a blast. I did forget to mention, I think I mentioned it out on the range, my only negative to this purchase was the fact that it only came with a single magazine. But then again, I showed you how easy it is to use this little speed loader that they have for reloading the magazines. It's not hard to reload the magazine once you know how to use the speed loader. And for that matter, the speed loader, that's all you do. Pop that open, pour the BBs in until it's full. So this is not hard to use, a lot of fun. You could even write it off as a training tool if you carry an AR for your job. So anyway, that's what I got for you. If you end up getting one of these, let me know what you think in the comments. If you already have one, feel free to comment. I'm going to put a link in the video description that'll take you directly to this thing on Amazon if you're interested in shopping for one.